The Ryan and Rush Show is brought to you by Vision Homes. If you're looking to build a home in North Central West Virginia, visit askvisionhomes.com. Vision Homes, building you a house you're proud to call home. And don't forget to subscribe to the Ryan and Rush Show, but don't take our word for it. Take Coach Nealon's.
Hi, this is Coach Don Nealon, and you're watching the Ryan and Rush Show. Please subscribe.
We welcome you into another edition of the Ryan and Rush Show, your source for West Virginia sports. Our preseason basketball series continues. Part 2, we welcome on assistant coach for the basketball team, newly had Hugs last year, with Josh again this year, DerMarr Johnson. We're so excited to have you on. Thanks for coming on, Coach.
I appreciate you guys having me.
DJ, what's going on, man? Hey, just update us on what you got going on in the preseason, your first full offseason. Obviously, you joined midway through the year last year. How's this offseason been with a full preseason so far?
It's been a little challenging, trying to put together the team so late, having injuries, and just trying to get guys caught up on what we're trying to do and trying to learn how we want to do things, as a new staff, and trying to figure out what's best for this roster that we have. So, we've got our work cut out for us, but I think it's been really good. The guys have been getting after it for a while now.
How is playing for Huggins, right? You played for him at Cincinnati, and then kind of being part of the staff that's still in place here with Josh. How has that helped you be in the position you're in now as assistant coach here at West Virginia?
It helped a lot by playing for Hugs, and I guess I feel like always being, keeping in contact with him always being like a father figure for me and being a good person, and him knowing that I've been grinding for years. After my playing career, I think that's really what helped him, get me the call to come on the staff, because he had a lot of other players I'm sure would have loved to get that call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, so DerMarr, I always hear this, and just from my time working for Hugs, is everybody that when you leave Hugs, you're set up for success after. And I thought that was completely true. I thought when I got my first job, I was set up for success because he makes you accountable and he expects great things, and you're ready for your next challenge. You being the 6th pick in the draft in the year 2000, how did playing for Hugs prepare you for that NBA that everybody wants to get to? I mean, everybody thinks that they're going to the league. I mean, and then reality sets in that there's only 60 draft picks. But how did playing for Hugs at Cincinnati prepare you for that next level, playing with all those elite guys?
Yeah, well, what it does is especially when you're a guy like me, and I never felt like I got too big headed or anything like that. But being a top player in high school and everybody, kissing your butt, and then you get to a guy who doesn't kiss your butt at all. He lets you know how bad you are every day. when everybody else is telling you how good you are. Yeah. He lets you know how bad you are, how soft and how skinny, and he and that, and it makes you tougher, because in the next level nobody's going to be kissing your butt either, because everybody gonna want your spot, and you got to be tough, and you got to be willing to take coaching.
Yeah, and something obviously, and we've talked about, actually a talking point we can talk about with every coach this week as we interview them, is transitioning from being a player to being a coach, right? You want to take those things that you learned as a player, be a player's coach, being able to relate to them. But there's also kind of a shift in your mindset too, where you have to maybe leave behind more of, every play, it's like life or death, whereas now you're kind of coaching for a whole game. Talked about kind of being able to transition your mind from a player's mind to a coach's mind, and a little bit of that process, and how you can take that into being successful here at West Virginia.
Good question. I mean, that's been something for me that's kind of slowly happening, because I still feel it, I guess because I'm physically able to still play. In my mind, I still feel like I'm a player, and I want to go out there and and I try to, when I do my workouts, I physically show them what I want them to do, and I still feel like I'm in the game a little bit, and I still kind of treat a lot of them like little brothers, more so than like the dad figure that a coach usually is, and always getting on him and always, I'm not that guy yet. I'm not the guy that's always getting on you. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna keep it real with you and let you know. Listen, you got to do this, that. If you don't want to do it, that's on you. But somebody else gonna want to do it. I'm not the mean guy yet.
Not yet. It may come one day, DerMarr. But hey,
Maybe.
let me ask you this, man. So you touch on your Cincinnati days. Obviously, Hugs, heck of a run here at West Virginia. Built this place into was a top 15 program during his 15 years as the head man here. How do you guys, the new staff, but not really the new staff, of everybody is a Hugs guy at some point on that staff, build off what's already been established here over the last 15 years and previously the 20 plus years at Cincinnati that you were a part of?
Yeah, I mean, I know. Well, I guess everybody. We all got to take what we've learned from Hugs. What I've learned from my journeys. I've played with 4 Hall of Fame coaches. I've played with many Hall of Fame players, and everybody had their journey. Rudolph has been many places overseas, and he's played for many coaches. And you got to I try to take, all the good stuff I learned from everybody, and try to incorporate it in how I do things. And some of the stuff that I didn't necessarily agree with some of these guys, I leave that behind.
What should this team know about Josh Eiler and who he is as a coach?
Josh has been around this program for so long, longer than all of us. So he was there with Hugs every day. So Josh, he has a different approach than Hugs. It's like the opposite approach that Hugs has. But he's no pushover at the same time, and he's still kind of figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? We don't know exactly, because like you say, right now he's cool, but who knows how he's going to be if we lose the 2 games? He might turn into Hugs, So we all still learning. We all still learning, how Josh is going to be as a coach. Right now, he's just doing a lot of teaching, trying to implement things that we want to do with the program, and nobody has. Only guys that really yells at him is probably Day and Rudolph.
Yeah, that's great. So DerMarr, let's talk a little bit about Friday's exhibition game. I like you said, you guys are learning. You guys have a lot of moving parts. Unfortunately, a cook goes down. What can you guys take away from? I'm sure you guys will watch that whole film on Saturday, and are finding ways to get better so that you're ready for the opener next week against Missouri State. What are some of the things that you took out of that exhibition game against a quality Atlantic 10 opponent?
Right. Well, we got to be ready for pressure. Got to be ready for ball pressure, and we got to box out. We can't give up. I forgot how many offensive rebounds that we gave up. It wasn't good. Got to box out. We got to be ready for pressure. But we learned that we won a game that we could have lost. That that team was beating us for a while, and then the cook goes down, and it was such a scary moment. The guys could have took that moment and not wanted to play, or head could have not been in the game thinking about their brother. And we did the opposite. We turned it around and won a game.
Yeah, and it's obviously we don't need to know anything personal going on with the cook or his timeline. Obviously, the concern right now is his health, making sure that he's good to go. Sounds like he's stable. Those updates were great. Thoughts and prayers are obviously with him, and we just hope he can recover. And we'll worry about playing basketball when we worry about playing basketball. But I do think this speaks into, even when you came to West Virginia from the start this whole year, it's just kind of been adversity after adversity, a lot going on in this program. And I think there's something about that, DJ, when there's just so much off the court, just craziness going on, that when you actually get to the point where, hey, we just got to play basketball, there's something that's relieving in that, whereas a lot of teams will go through the season and the basketball is their hardest part. For these guys, it seems like it's the easiest part. And then you brought it up, and a game of cook goes down and there's adversity in the game, but these guys figured out a way, even in a charity exhibition game, to pull it all together, with Jesse Edwards being in foul trouble. There were a lot of factors in that game, but they figured out a way to win. Can you kind of talk about how mentally tough this team is and their ability just to overcome almost any type of adversity, it seems like?
Well, yeah, and they have been very mentally tough, and it's going to have to keep going because we all don't know there could be more adversity coming, and I mean all we can do is go out there and give our best for the guys that we have. Next man up mentality. Guys got to be ready to play, and we can't take this for granted because for all the stuff we can complain about, I'm pretty sure that there are many people in the world who love to be in our shoes and take our problems instead of the ones they have. So I mean, it's really that's how I look at things. I've been through a lot too. Game was almost taken from me, and you know what? People still would have loved to be in my shoes instead of theirs. So can't take it for granted.
Yeah, and I'll ask a follow-up question. One of the things I've always respected the most about Josh is, for example, this summer. I mean, everything outside the building was burning down, media, all the coverage of the program, but Josh has always been able to just stay even keel, even in the hardest of times. And I sense that from you, just a little time that I've got to know you, that, I mean, you had quite the adversity during your playing career where everything was taken from you, just like Deshaun. Everybody remembers his Final Four game against Duke. So as a staff, do you guys all kind of use those experiences and also kind of think, hey, man, at some point we are going to catch a break? Because, I mean, I've never seen a program that literally it's bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. It's like at some point it's got to even out a little bit. And maybe it's when we actually start playing basketball is the bounces start going your way. And does that adversity help you once we get into league play, you think, and down the road?
Yeah, I mean, we can use it. We can for sure use it because, listen, we can complain all we want. Nobody cares. We gotta go out here and try to win games. And you know what? We go out here and win some games, it'll be a hell of a story. They might be doing 30 for 30 on us. You never know. So we can try to use it for good because keep like putting our head down or being sad about it every day isn't going to help anybody.
And the Ryan and Rush Show will be happy to produce that 30 for 30. We'll do it free of charge. It'll be our pleasure. Trust us. DerMarr, we thank you so much. Obviously, the season's right around the corner and you're a busy man, so we'll let you get back to your day. Just want to end on one final question. If you had a message for this fan base about the team this year and you wanted the fans to know one thing, what do you want to tell them? What do you want this fan base to know?
These guys are going to go out here and play their butts off for them every night. I mean, regardless of who we have, who's on the court. We talked about the adversity, but we got to go out there and play every night, and them guys are going to go out there and give their all for you guys every night.
Love it.
Love it. Hey, DerMarr, real quick, a light note. Who wins? I asked Alex this as well the other day, Ruoff. Staff or the players, if you guys lace them up with the starting five of Jordan McCabe, Deshaun Butler, Alex Ruoff, DerMarr Johnson, and Josh Eilert.
Well, we've beat them.
Half court game, baby.
No, full court.
Oh,
yeah, 5-on-5. We beat them. Now I'm not sure if they had Jesse out there. Maybe if you take Jesse off the floor, then we beat them. I think if they have Jesse, it's a little tougher for us.
Yeah.
But we beat up on them all summer, to be honest.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It makes him stronger. Hey, Josh, he wants to play in the half court, so he don't want to get up and down.
I know, yeah. Josh is the one we got to worry about.
DerMarr, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much. Good luck this season, and we look forward to talking to you again soon. Have a good day.
Appreciate you guys having me anytime.
Thanks, DerMarr. Go Mountaineers.